Now let's look at the NBA. Which rookies are riding high on the NBA level? Here's a look at the rookie leaders in the league this season, and there are some surprises. O.J. Mayo of the Grizzlies leads rookies in scoring at almost 20 per game. Brook Lopez of the Nets leads in rebounding at 8 per game. And #1 overall pick Derrick Rose leads in assists at 6 per game. With more on the impact rookies are having on the association this year, here's the NBA Fastbreak crew.
Wow, it's hard to believe, but over 2 months of the NBA season in the books so far. Kevin Nagani, Jalen Rose, and the Hall of Famer Nancy Lieberman joining us now. And guys, let's talk about the NBA rookies, really the impact players. And let's start with the #1 pick, Derrick Rose. He's exceeded expectations already in Chicago. Do you like this tandem with Ben Gordon in that backcourt?
Of course I do. I can't figure out why the Chicago Bulls haven't found a home for Ben Gordon. Here's your go-to scorer in the clutch, off the catch, from three-point range or two, off the bounce, can create for himself and others. I would love to see he and Derrick Rose really play together for the next handful of years. They will give teams headaches.
Would he flourish, though, with another point guard, another guard there, a taller guard, a guard like Jalen Rose who has the size?
Well, I'll tell you what, they have to have 15 guys on the team regardless, but these should be 2 of them for sure, because Derrick Rose, with his explosiveness, his ability to penetrate and kick and make guys around him better, I would love to see this tandem find a way to make it happen out on the floor.
All right, that's the #1 pick. The #2 pick. Nancy, you had the chance to watch Michael Beasley in person a couple of days ago. Your thoughts on his growth?
Well, absolutely, he is an exceptional scorer. I mean, let's think about it. He's averaging over 13.5 points a game. You put him on a team with Dwayne Wade, who's an MVP type of guy. I think that the thing that Michael Beasley needs to do is he has to improve his defense. He has to improve his game off the dribble and his three-point shot. But put him in the backcourt, put him on the perimeter. You have Chalmers, who is a rookie who's playing excellent basketball. I really think that Erik Spoelstra, the one thing he wants out of his #2 pick is to pick it up on the defensive end. But he did tell me, he said, I like this guy so much. He is so likable. He's a worker bee, and he's going to be a terrific player.
It helps also to have Dwayne Wade there to take the offensive load and the pressure off a guy like Beasley. Now, the #3 pick, a guy like O.J. Mayo, who really didn't waste any time to make a major impact with the Grizzlies. Your thoughts, why has this been so easy for him?
Because he has all of the confidence in the world. He has a swagger that he wants to be one of the best players in the game. He improved his shooting. He's a better three-point shooter in the NBA than he was in college. He's playing on a Memphis team that's going to allow him to opportunity to grow. He's a combination guard. Yes, he has to improve defensively, but all young players eventually in this league, especially on the perimeter, have to learn to do that. But I tell you what, this young man has star potential written all over him.
Another guy on that team making an impact, Marc Gasol. He had a big night recently against Tim Duncan, 15 points, 10 rebounds, 4 blocks. Will this rookie be as good as his brother Powell? Different styles. He's a little bulkier, but would he be better or as good?
I think he's going to be a different player, as you mentioned. He's more of a guy that's going to bang around the basket, grab you some rebounds, can really pass for a big man, moves his feet well, has a soft touch around the basket, and a productive big. That's something that team really needed.
All right, T-Wolves, they go with Kevin Love, Nancy, and a guy like Kevin Love has Kevin McHale there developing him. Good numbers so far as a rebounder, but under McHale, how do you think he's going to progress?
I think the most important part of Love's game right now is the fact that we know he's a great rebounder. He gets about 7.5 a game. He only plays about 22 minutes a game. He's not a physical guy. He's not an imposing guy. He's just a smart guy. He has a nose for the ball. He understands how to create his own space in the paint. But if he can have a game like he had against the Warriors tonight, where he had 19 points and 8 rebounds, now you're going to see more contribution, and his minutes are going to go up as his offense develops. Kevin McHale will help him.
All right, one guy who's not technically a rookie, but it is his rookie season, considering what Greg Oden went through last year. It was good to say the last couple of games, back-to-back double-doubles. How has he developed from the beginning of the season when everybody was jumping off, you know, everything they saw? They were jumping off buildings in Portland with the injury. Your thoughts on Greg Oden?
Well, unfortunately for him, he got drafted, and people held him the next Bill Russell. Then he got injured, and people wanted to say he was a bust. Yes, he was on some magazine covers. Yes, he was a host at the ESPYs, so that created expectations. But being a young big man, it has taken time and will take time for him to develop. But ultimately, his strength early will be defensively, controlling the paint, rebounding the basketball, understanding his role on the team, knowing at the end of the day he has Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge, that team's best two players to feed off of while he continues to grow.
And he needs time to develop. He's a big man. Technically, he'd be only a junior in college, and he didn't play a lot of games when he was in college his freshman season. All right, those are some of the big names. Now, Nancy, in your mind, the biggest surprise when you're talking about this rookie class?
Well, I think the biggest surprise, I think the toughest position out there is the point guard position. So the fact that Derrick Rose has been able to contribute, get into the paint, even though he's been able to, find guys that have similar speed to him, I just think his maturation and how he handles himself, I've been very surprised what he's been able to do. The Bulls are in contention for a playoff spot. There's 3 teams that are looking. There's 6 teams going for those last 3 spots, I should say, in the East, and the Bulls are going to be one of them.
Your biggest surprise?
I like Mario Chalmers in Miami. We talk so much about Beasley. We forget this young man is the point guard in the backcourt with Dwayne Wade on a team that's above 500. He's shooting the three-pointer. He already broke the team steals record with 9 in the game and continued to develop. Knocked down a big-time shot to win a national championship with Kansas, and he's really developing into his game. I also really like DJ Augustine with the Charlotte Bobcats. He's really developing and showing that he can make plays in the league.
Chalmers knocking that big-time shot against Derrick Rose and Memphis. So it all comes back to this rookie class led by Derrick Rose. That'll do it for us. Back to you.